revenge of what now is gone. Back to you to fight another day. I'll go on and on and on and on. I'll face it, the demons I created. With every last part of me, the pain will fade and I'll go on and on and on and on. I'll face it, the demons I created. With every last part of me, the pain will fade and I'll go on and on and on and on. Black and blue, I crawl to you. Black and blue, I crawl to you.
Hello, good morning, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7th episode of Season 5 of All Pro Elite Wrestling League Show. Since previous episode, we've witnessed the men's division making a lot of shocking historical moments throughout the whole previous episode, and tonight, this time, it's the women's division's turn to make history as well. As of tonight, we will start off with the women's Briefcase of Fate ladder qualifying match. 16 female superstars will compete, but only 8 will be gaining their spot in the women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match. We will start off with the round 1 of 8 series singles matches, as Trish Stratus, the legendary Hall of Famer, going toe-to-toe against Tiffany Stratton, who has become the longest reigning WWE Women's Champion in the modern era. Coming up next, after Naomi being released after finding out too late she can no longer compete, but I believe she'll be come back soon. In her place, Jade Cargill will go toe-to-toe against Kaden Carter, who gladly accepted to take Naomi's place as she recovers from her injury. Therefore, the question has been asked by the fans: does Kaden Carter has what it takes to take on the Storm? Or she will be try harder as fighting off the Storm herself? Coming up next, in round 3, the former Women's World Champion Michelle McCool will go toe-to-toe against the Queen Sarah Fowler, the Women's Triple Crown Champion, in this non-title round 3 match. The question is, can Michelle McCool recover what was rightfully hers in case if she wins the match? Or will Sarah Fowler, the Triple Crown Women's Champion, will do what it takes to take the fight to the former Women's World Champion? Coming up next, at round 4, Fatal Influence member JC Jane will go toe-to-toe against the 9th wonder of the world and former Women's Intercontinental Champion, Chyna, in this round 4 series of the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder qualifying match. Coming up next, in round 5, it will be the current Women's North American Champion Alexa Bliss going toe-to-toe with the EST of APEW, Bianca Belair. Coming up next, in round 6, it will be one fight to remember as Nikki Cross goes toe-to-toe with Nikita Lyons. the question is, what kind of an unfolding match will this round 6 will offer to us? And I mean to APEW fans. Will it be the sanity, or will it be the art of the martial artist? Nikki Cross versus Nikita Lyons. Never forget, but you don't want to miss. Coming up next, on round 7, we will have Zoe Stark versus the multi-time women's champion and legend herself in her own right, Maryse. Will it be the modern wrestler, or will it be the past wrestler to advance to gain a spot in the women's briefcase of fate ladder match? And coming up next, the last round of the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder qualifying match will be determined by the last 2 participants. Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, going toe-to-toe with Liv Morgan. But the question is, which one of these 16 female superstars will walk out of their respective round match with their spot in a Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match? But coming up next, the main event, the most historical main event in history, announced firsthand after reviewing the Call of the Shock Gauntlet Eliminator match scandal. 3 champions, 3 non-champions, all 6 in one historical match. A 6-woman pack challenge elimination match. Winner takes all, as all 3 titles held by Ronda Rousey, Raquel Rodriguez, and Becky Lynch, all 3 will be on the line. But the question is, which one of these 6 women will walk out of this match with all the gold around them? But also, can Tamina, the winner of the Call of the Shock Gauntlet match, pull out the impossible? Or can it be Scarlett, who pinned one of the champions, will make history shocking? Or will Kayla Fowler, who has defied the odds in the previous episode, can shock the world for the first time in her career and gain all the gold for the legacy of the Fowler family faction? And without further ado, folks, let's sit back, relax, grab yourself some popcorn and snacks. And let the show begin. We will start off with the first round out of 8 series of singles matches, as Trish Stratus, the legendary Hall of Famer with 7 championship reigns, goes toe-to-toe with Tiffany Stratton, the longest reigning champion of the modern era. Let's head straight to the ring and see this action unfold. Let's head straight to the ring and see this action unfold.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Trish Stratus.
Stratisfaction herself with 7 championship reigns and WWE Hall of Famer, and now she's still right here on APEW doing what she can, not only to submit her legacy, but also solidifying her legendary career.
And from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton, a former reigning NXT Women's Champion in her own right, who also became the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match winner, as a former WWE Women's Champion in her own right. And the match has started with Tiffany Stratton starting to control the match as she hits her acrobatic maneuver. It looks like Tiffany is pressuring Trish so badly, she wants to punish her. And Tiffany gaining momentum with the beautiful standing moonsault, taking the fight to the Stratisfaction. And now it's Trish's turn to return the favor to Tiffany Stratton. Oh my goodness. And Trish going straight to the cover, and a kick out at 1 by Tiffany. And Trish, look at those darning chops as she drags Tiffany over the ropes. And what a kick to the leg. And a trifecta of shots to the lower back of Tiffany. And I believe I smell high-risk maneuver as Trish goes to the top rope. I believe she's calling Tiffany's attention. What is she gonna do? Beautiful clothesline from the top, taking the fight to Tiffany. And Tiffany gets out of the way. Tiffany dragging Trish on the corner and delivering a clothesline as Tiffany goes onto the cover with a hook of the leg, and Trish kicks out at 1. And now Tiffany in control of the match. Beautiful side slam, taking the fight to Trish, and Trish gets up on her feet pretty quick. What is Tiffany gonna do? Oh my! There goes the hair pull, punishing Trish so bad. Wait a minute, Tiffany. Beautiful rolling senton, Will this be enough to put Trish away? The cover, hooking up the leg. Kick out at 2 by Trish. But I believe Tiffany, she's not done. Can she capitalize? And Trish reverses Tiffany's offensiveness. What is she gonna do? Trish grabbing Tiffany up high. Beautiful show of athleticism by Trish. Will this be enough to put Tiffany away? The cover, hooking the leg. Tiffany kicks out at 2. And Tiffany gets up on her feet pretty quick. What will be next? And Trish reverses Tiffany's finisher. And now Trish wanted to put away Tiffany. I believe she's calling for the beautiful Stratusfaction. Will this be enough to put Tiffany away? To gain a spot in the women's briefcase of fate ladder match, hooking the leg, Trish Stratus advances.
Here is your winner, Trish Stratus!
What a hell of a match by these women, but somehow, someway, Trish Stratus has qualified her spot for the women's briefcase of fate ladder match. And now, coming up next on second round, we will have Jade Cargill going toe-to-toe with Kayden Carter after she gladly accepts to replace Naomi due to an injury. Which one of these women will qualify the second spot on the women's briefcase of fate ladder match? Let's head straight back to the ring and see this action unfold.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Vero Beach, Florida, one half of the Action Women's Television Tag Team Champions, Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, one half of the women's YouTube Tag Team Champions, is going to make history by joining this qualifying match on this women's briefcase of fate qualifying match. But the question is, does she have what it takes to take on Kayden Carter?
And from the Philippines, Kayden Carter.
Kayden Carter, a former half of the women's tag team champion with her partner Katana Chance. She decided to take on this chance to be part of this historical match, but can she outmaneuver the Storm? And a match has finally begun with Jade Cargill pressuring a lot of its offensiveness against the former APEW Women's Tag Team Champion, Kayden Carter, until she reversed and tried to take the fight to Jade. And looks like Jade managed to get back on her feet so bad and delivers a big boot straight to Kayden as she goes to the cover, and Kayden quickly powers out. And Kayden reverses Jade with a shun of athleticism. And Kayden, my God, what a suicide dive, taking the fight to Jade Cargill at outside of the ring. And Kayden throws her head first on a steel ring post. And the referee is still in a count of 6. And Jade wisely gets back into the ring, and so has Kayden Carter. Both women beating the referee's 10 count, and Jade has picked up Kayden up high, drops her head first on the top turnbuckle. And Jade dragging Kayden over the corner, trying to inflict more punishment. And now Jade, second rope she goes. Beautiful splash from the second rope. Will this be enough? The cover, kick out at 1 by Kayden Carter. And now Jade is fired up, ready to put Kayden Carter away. Oh my, what a middle spear, taking the fight to Kayden Carter. But Kayden wisely drags Jade back into the ring. And she managed to pull up a submission move, the octopus lock, but Jade powers out. And now Jade gets reversed by Kayden Carter. Kayden now trying to fight back, taking the fight to Jade Cargill. Will it be Kayden Carter's moment? And now Kayden, now dragging Jade Cargill into a corner. And now Kayden dragging Jade top rope until she fell hard on the floor. Kay top rope. She's calling out Jade's attention. What she's gonna do here? Beautiful cross body from the top, taking the fight to Jade Cargill. And now both women are outside the ring with the referee's 10 count commencing. And Jade tossing Kaden hard straight to the steel steps. And now Kaden wisely returns back into the ring. And what a spear by Jade Cargill. And now Jade trying to control the match against Kaden Carter as she drags her into a corner. But unfortunately for her, Kaden Carter reversed. Beautiful second rope cross body. Will this be enough to put Jade away? The cover. Kick out at 1 by Jade Cargill. And now it's Kaden's turn to take control of the match. But can she capitalize? Oh, she smashes Jade head first on the mat. And now she's stalking Jade. But unfortunately for her, Jade reverses. What a bicycle kick by Jade Cargill. Will this be enough to pull away? The cover, hooking the leg. Jade Cargill advances.
Here is your winner, Jade Cargill.
What an impressive match by Jade Cargill, putting away Kaden Carter. Now, coming up next on round 3. Former Women's World Champion Michelle McCool goes one-on-one against the APEW Women's Triple Crown Champion, the one and only Queen Sarah Fowler. This is going to be former champion versus champion. And with you folks, let's head back to the ring and see this round unfold.
The following is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Palatka, Florida, Michelle McCool.
Here comes Michelle McCool, former inaugural Women's World Champion, after getting dethroned by Raquel Rodriguez. And now she has her shot to be in the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match. But can she outmaneuver the Women's Triple Crown Champion, the Queen of the Legacy of Fowler family, Sarah Fowler?
And from New York, the Action Women's Triple Crown champion, the Queen, Sarah!
Here comes Sarah Fowler, the new women's Triple Crown champion who had beaten Chelsea Green to become a new champion herself. But the question is, can she take the fight to the former women's world champion to gain her spot at the women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match? And now the match has begun with Michelle McCool and Sarah Fowler throwing everything they got against each other while getting punch after punch, kick after kick, reverse after reverse, and it looked like it's Sarah's turn to keep controlling the match. And Michelle McCool now reverses the Queen. And now Sarah gets back on her feet, throwing Michelle McCool to another of her acrobatic movesets. And now Sarah throwing Michelle hard outside the ring as she takes the fight to the former women's world champion. Beautiful standing moon knee stomp, taking the fight to Michelle McCool. And another double knees. I think she's damaging Michelle McCool so bad to the point of no return. And now Sarah wisely gets back into the ring, and both women has beat the referee's 10 count. And what a ruthless right by Sarah. And now Michelle grabbing Sarah, dragging her over the ropes. What does she has in mind? And a stomp, trying to take the fight to Sarah. And Michelle top rope, incoming! Beautiful clothesline from the top, taking the fight to Sarah Fowler. And now both women are fighting outside with the referee's 10 count commencing. Running, swinging neck breaker by Michelle McCool outside. And Sarah wisely drags her back into the ring. Oh my God, what an elbow smash right on the face of Sarah. And now Sarah has Michelle McCool where she wants. Beautiful Death Valley driver by Sarah. The cover, hooking the leg. Kick out at 2 by Michelle. Looks like Sarah Fowler could not believe what just happened. And Michelle McCool reversing Sarah. Oh my, what a knee to the gut. And now it's Michelle's turn to get ahead of herself. She has Sarah where she wants. The fate breaker by the former women's world champion to the cover. Sarah Fowler kicks out at 2. And now Michelle, top rope she goes. She has Sarah Fowler where she wants. She's calling out to her attention, and Sarah catches up to Michelle. And before this match continues, we'll be right back. Just don't go anywhere. And welcome back, folks. As the match continues, And like I said, welcome back, folks. As so far, the match is still go on with Michelle McCool dominating the match against the Women's Triple Crown champion, Sarah Fowler. And now, Sarah, once again, catches up to Sarah, but unfortunately for Michelle, she manages to get out of the way, or she gets hit hard by one ruthless right. And Michelle reversing Sarah with an STO. And a kick to the midsection by Sarah Fowler. What a reverse. And now Sarah. And Paler DDT. Down goes Michelle. Will this be enough? The cover. Sarah Fowler advances.
Here is your winner, the Queen, Sarah!
What a huge win by the Women's Triple Crown champion as she qualifies her spot at the Women's Briefcase to Fate ladder match. Now coming up next, on the next round, it will be Fatal Influence representative Jessie Jane going toe-to-toe against the 9th wonder of the world, the one and only Chyna. Chyna, despite being the former Women's Intercontinental Champion, now both women will have to fight for their earned spot in the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match. Which one of them will advance? Let's head straight back to the ring and see this action unfold.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Tampa, Florida, Jane.
Jacy Jayne, now a two-time NXT Women's Champion in her own right, is now here on APEW to gain some momentum, but can she gain her own spot with her own right to get to the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match? And here comes the former Women's Intercontinental Champion.
And from Redondo Beach, California, the ninth wonder of the world, China!
And China, a former Women's Intercontinental Champion in her own right after dethroning Aaliyah back in seasons ago. And now she has now had the opportunity to qualify herself in the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match, but can she do it? And the match has started. Looks like Jacy Jayne has run with the bicycle kick straight to the former champion, but China has now grabbed her by the hair and dragging her over the ropes. And China delivering a trifecta of shots to the lower back of Jacy Jayne as she drags her over the corner, and Jacy reverses. And what a chop by Jacy. And what a takedown clothesline by China, trying to take the fight to Jacy Jayne. Jacy with a super kick to China, taking the fight straight to her. And now Jacy top rope, beautiful drop kick, taking the fight to China outside. And she follows with the DDT outside. And looks like Jacy reverse. And Jacy punishing China outside with a couple of stomps. And throws her right on the steel steps. And Jacy wisely gets back into the ring, so as China. And what a kick to the Jacy Jayne by China until Jacy reverses. And what a code breaker by Jacy Jayne, taking the fight to China. And now Jacy, top rope she goes, and she misses the senton with China getting out of her way. And now China reverses as she's trying to take the fight to Jacy. Beautiful power slam by China. Will this be enough to put her away? And the kick out at one by Jacy Jayne. And JC now reversing the ninth wonder of the world. And what a clothesline by JC. And looks like China reverses JC Jane on time. Beautiful body slam by China. And what a strength by the former Women's Intercontinental Champion with a running power slam. And I believe China is fired up, ready to put Jessie Jane away. But can she do it? And the pedigree with authority. Cover at the pedigree with authority, and China wins the match.
Here is your winner, the ninth wonder of the world, China!
Congratulations to China as she qualifies herself straight to the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match. So far, 4 matches down, 4 more to go. Now coming up next, it will be another champion versus champion match. Alexa Bliss, the Women's North American Champion, goes toe-to-toe with Bianca Belair, the half of the Women's YouTube Tag Team Champions. Which one of these champions will qualify for the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match? Let's head back to the ring and see this action unfold.
The following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Columbus, Ohio, the Women's Northern All-Star Champion, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss, the inaugural Women's North American Champion, will go toe-to-toe against one half of the Women's YouTube Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair. And here she comes.
Knoxville, Tennessee, one half of the Action Women's Television Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair, who has conquered WWE Women's Championships the moment she arrived and fully leveled up from NXT, and now she's right here on APEW as the Women's YouTube Tag Team Champion alongside with her partner, Jade Cargill. And the match has now begun. And it's Bianca to take control of the match with a knee to the back of the head of the Women's North American Champion. It looks like Bianca wants to put away Alexa Bliss so quick, and Alexa, quick thinking and running drop kick, taking the fight to the EST. And a elbow right in the back of the women's YouTube Tag Team Champion. Oh my God, what a clothesline by Bianca Belair. Oh man, what a clothesline. But what Bianca Belair is going to do, but wisely Alexa gets back into the ring for the fight to continue. What a powerful body slam. And Alexa Bliss reverses the EST. It looks like Bianca's turn to reverse Alexa Bliss. Oh my, what a body toss as she goes right to the cover with a hook of the leg. Kick out at one by Alexa Bliss. And Alexa gets back on her feet so quick. And now Bianca reversing Alexa. And a kick to the leg of Alexa Bliss. And now Bianca, springboard, vertical suplex, beautifully delivered by Bianca Belair, the queen of EST. Beautiful jumping splash. And a standing moonsault, but Alexa Bliss lifts up her knees. And now Bianca reverses. And Alexa now reverses. It looks like Alexa Bliss is on fire here tonight, folks. And an STO by Alexa Bliss. And what a comeback by Alexa Bliss. Kick heel drop kick. What else Alexa Bliss can capitalize on? Knees to the midsection. And a back flip double knees as she goes onto the cover with a hook of the leg. Bianca Belair kicks out at two. And it looks like Alexa Bliss could not even believe it. Wait a minute. Alexa top rope. And Bianca Belair avoided the elbow. And the referee has now started the count. And now Bianca wisely gets back into the ring. And so is Alexa Bliss, both beating the referee's 10 count. And Alexa spiteful DDT. Down goes Bianca. Will this be enough to put Bianca Belair away? The cover. Bianca kicks out at two. Alexa could not even believe it. And now she falls with the kick to the lower back. And Bianca reverses. And wait a minute. KOD! The kiss of death by Bianca Belair. But Alexa Bliss manages to get back on her feet. The cover by EST, hooking the leg. Bianca Belair advances.
Here is your winner, Bianca Belair.
What a shocking moment we've witnessed, folks. The Queen of EST of APEW, Bianca Belair, has also qualified to the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match. But the question is, what would this mean for the APEW Women's YouTube Tag Team Champions? But now coming up next on round 6, it will be Sanity versus martial artist. Nikki Cross goes toe-to-toe with Nikita Lyons. Which one of these two powerful women will go on to gain their spot over the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match? And without further ado, folks, let's head back to the ring and see this kind of action unfold right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Glasgow, Scotland, Nikki Cross. And from Las Vegas, Nevada, Nikita Lyons!
With Nikki Cross now in the ring, here comes the Lioness, Nikita Lyons. And the match has begun, and looks like Nikki Cross is going after Nikita Lyons with all of her might. Looks like he wants to put her away right here. Now Nikki Cross putting Nikita into the position of Tree of Woe. And looks like Nikki Cross has failed the moonsault because nobody was home. And now both women outside the ring. And looks like Nikita Lyons is now returning the favor to Nikki Cross from all of the damage she absorbed. And now Nikita dragging Nikki Cross straight back to the ring. And what a show of strength by the Lioness as she goes straight to the cover. The hook of the leg, kick out of 2 by Nikki Cross. And Nikita chop, whoa! Beautiful splash from the top as she goes back straight to the cover, hooking up the leg. Nikki Cross kicks out at 2. And now Nikki reverses Nikita Lyons. And Nikita Lyons gets back on her feet, only to be caught by Nikki Cross's offensiveness. And now Nikki Cross has Nikita Lyons where she wants. What a beautiful comeback. Beautiful comeback by Nikki Cross as she goes onto the cover. A hook of the leg, kick out of 2 by Nikita Lyons. And now, Nikki, beautiful Michinoku driver, taking the fight to Nikita Lyons, but I believe she's not done. Nikki Cross, the purge! The purge by Nikki Cross. Will this be enough? Cover. Nikki Cross advances.
Here is your winner, Nikki Cross.
What a huge win by Nikki Cross as she advances to the Briefcase of Fate ladder match. But before I do anything, let me just handle something over. Alright folks, let's head back to business. So far we've witnessed Nikki Cross winning a big time opportunity against Nikita Lyons on this women's briefcase of fate ladder qualifying match. Now coming up next, we are at the round 7 on the qualifying match, and this time it will be Zoe Stark versus Maurice. Which one of these women will advance to the final 2 spots in a women's briefcase of fate ladder match? Let's head back to the ring and see this kind of action unfold.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Las Vegas, Nevada, Zoe Stark!
Here comes Zoe Stark, making her way to the ring as she prepares to fight off against Maurice.
From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Maurice!
Maurice, a former multi-time women's champion in her own right, has now grabbed the opportunity to face Zoe Stark in this qualifying match. But the question is, can she take the fight against Zoe Stark? And the match has started with Maurice now taking the fight to Zoe, but Zoe manages to reverse, delivering a knee and then running bulldog. That's one hell of a way to start up a match as she lands Maurice head first on the mat. Oh my, what a lower kick. Looks like Zoe Stark wants to put an end of Maurice right here. And looks like Zoe is continuing dominating the match against Maurice. But can Maurice recover her strength to keep up fighting Zoe Stark? And now Maurice finally reverses Zoe, and now it's her turn to go back to the offensive. And now it's Maurice's turn to get to the offensive, only to be reversed by Zoe. Beautiful springboard crossbody. Will this be enough to put Maurice away? And the cover, kick out at one by Maurice. And she follows up with a lower kick to the back. And now it's Maurice to gain advantage against Zoe. And now Maurice, top rope. I think she's calling out Zoe's attention. What is she gonna do? Double hand axe straight to the head of Zoe. And now Zoe gets back on her feet and takes control of the match. Beautiful back body drop by Zoe. What a show of strength right there. And she follows up with an elbow smashing over the shoulders of Maurice. And another springboard crossbody, but nobody home. And now Maurice dragging Zoe into the corner. And Zoe reverses, smashing her head on the top turnbuckle. And now Zoe dragging Maurice over the ropes. What is she gonna do next? I believe Maurice is staggered. Beautiful super kick by Zoe. And she follows up with a kick to the lower back. And Maurice reverses Zoe. Beautiful high kick. Down goes Zoe. Will this be enough to put her away? The cover. Kicks out. Zoe kicks out at 2. And Maurice could not believe it. But I believe Maurice, she's not done. She got Zoe where she wants. But Zoe has reversed Maurice's finisher. And there it is. Running drop kick. Down goes Maurice. The cover. Hooking the leg. Maurice kicks out at 2. And I believe Zoe, she's not done. She's stalking Maurice. Can she capitalize? And there it is. But Maurice reverses with a bulldog, planting Zoe's start. And now both women are in the encounter of punch after punch. And now it's Maurice reversing Zoe's start. This is beautiful to watch. And what a slap by Maurice. Can Maurice capitalize against Zoe Stark? And I believe Maurice, she's heading the top rope. Incoming! Elbow drop from the top. Set. Shades of the Macho Man Randy Savage as both women trying to take the fight to each other outside. Oh my, what a release back suplex by Zoe. And Maurice plants Zoe head first on the floor. And now Maurice heads back into the ring as the referee continues the count. And Zoe wisely beats the count. And I believe Zoe has beaten her to the distraction. Start 360 by Zoe. Cover at the start 360. Zoe advances.
Here is your winner, Zoe Stark.
What a huge win by Zoe Stark. beating a former women's champion and a legend of past. Seven down, one more to go. As coming up next, we will come to the last round of the women's Briefcase of Fate ladder qualifying match. As the Queen of Spades, the submission magician, Shayna Baszler, goes toe-to-toe against Liv Morgan. Which one of these two women will qualify the last round for the women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match? Let's head back to the ring and see this action unfold.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Here comes Shayna Baszler, the first ever former two-time reigning NXT Women's Champion in her own right. Has also conquered some championships throughout WWE alongside with her former tag team partner, Ronda Rousey. And now, she's going toe-to-toe against Liv Morgan to qualify the last round of the Women's Briefcase of Fate ladder match.
From Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
Now we're talking.
And here comes Liv Morgan, already up and fired up to fight. But can she bring the fight to the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler? But before this match starts, we will take a break. Just don't go anywhere, folks. I'm back, everyone. Sorry for the long wait. For now, the last match of the 8-round series has begun, and Shayna Baszler goes right on the offensive, delivering an 8 defeat against Liv Morgan. And what a spine buster by the Queen of Spades. This is the last round of the 8 series singles matches for the women's division, and Shayna Baszler, she's going for the Liv Morgan's legs. And a running face plant by Liv Morgan, taking the fight to Shayna Baszler. And she follows up with the crucifix bomb. And now Liv tossing Shayna straight to the corner and traps her with a tree of woe. And a double foot stomp to the midsection of Shayna Baszler. And what a suicide dive by Liv Morgan, trying to take the fight to Shayna. And now the referee has began the 10 count, and Shayna Baszler outside reverses Liv Morgan. And Shayna tossing Liv head first onto the ring post. And now Shayna returns to the ring, and with Liv Morgan going after her. And wait a minute, Liv, she was going for the sleeping hold choke, but the rope break forces her to let go. And now Liv Morgan counters Shayna Baszler, beautiful tornado hurricanrana, and she follows up with a double foot stomp. And another double foot stomp to the midsection of Shayna Baszler. And a dropkick to the back of Shayna. And another double foot stomp. She's applying pressure to Shayna Baszler. And Shayna reverses Liv Morgan. And Shayna, Yokozuka cutter, down goes Liv Morgan. Will this be enough to put her away? The cover, hooking the leg, kick out at 2 by Liv Morgan. And I believe Shayna, she's not done. As she goes to the top rope. What a knee strike from the top. And now she's stalking Liv Morgan. Suplex applied and falls with a kitty for the clutch submission move. Will she make Liv Morgan tap out right there? But Liv Morgan manages to get out of hold. And now Liv Morgan reverses Shayna. And she falls with another double foot stomp to the midsection. I think she plans to hurt Shayna so bad where it hurts. And now, Liv Morgan, what a comeback. What a beautiful comeback by Liv Morgan. Will she capitalize? The cover, hooking the leg. Kick out at 2 by Shayna Baszler. And looks like Morgan could not believe it. And now, Liv dragging Shayna over the ropes. Beautiful modification to Oblivion. Will this be enough? The cover, hooking the leg. Liv Morgan advances. Looks like Liv Morgan has finally conquered the last spot on the women's briefcase of fate ladder match.
Liv Morgan!
Congratulations to Liv Morgan is now in order. And now, Coming up next, folks, the main event of all the main events, one of the most historical main events in the history of the sports. 6 women, 3 titles on the line. Winner takes all in this 6 women pack challenge elimination match. The question is, which one of these 6 women will walk out of this historical match with all the gold to conquer? Will it be Raquel Rodriguez, who's not only beat the APEW Women's World Champion, but can carry on 2 more titles? Will it be either Becky Lynch, or will it be the baddest woman on the planet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey? Will it be Tamina, who won her shot at the Call of the Shot Gauntlet Eliminator match? Will it be Scarlett, who pinned one of the champions and making a shocking moment? Or will it be Kayla Fowler, who had to do what it took to surpass the 5 contenders and shocking the world while carrying all the gold around her shoulders? And without further ado, folks, this is the main event, one of the most historical main events in history. 6 women, 3 titles, winner takes all. And despite we're almost at the end of the episode 7, this main event will promise a lot of action. Let's head back to the ring and see this action unfold. 6 women, 3 titles, winner takes all, starts right now. And here comes the APEW Women's Champion, Becky Lynch.
The following contest is an elimination match and is for the Women's World in Action Women's Championships. Introducing the champion from Dublin, Ireland, the Action Women's Champion, Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch now in the ring with her title around her shoulder. Who will be next appearing? And here comes the baddest woman on the planet, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
And from Venice Beach, California, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey, after pinning Becky Lynch during the Call of the Shot Gauntlet match, she's also willing to put her title on the line as well. But the question is, can she make shocking history and carrying all the gold around herself? And here comes the Women's World Champion, the one and only Raquel Rodriguez.
And from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, the Women's World Champion, Raquel Rodriguez.
This is going to be one of the most historical matches in history. 3 champions were involved in the scandal of the Call of the Shot Gauntlet Eliminator match. And now, in this historical match, announced by the owner, Reckless One, which is myself, we will have ourselves an historical match of all the seasons. 6 women, 3 titles on the line, winner takes all.
And from the Pacific Islands, Tamina!
Here comes Tamina, the clear winner of the women's Call of the Shock Gauntlet Eliminator match. And I believe she has no choice but to force herself to join on this classical historical fray. But can she make history and walk out of the match with all the 3 titles?
And from Sin City, Scarlett!
And here comes Scarlett, one of the participants from the Call of the Shock Gauntlet match, who has been involved in the scandal after pinned down Becky Lynch, one of the champions, and now she's right here, gained the biggest opportunity of her career. But can she shock the universe if she wins this kind of a match?
And from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, KLA!
Here comes Kayla Fowler, the main reason this match has happening. After being not satisfied with the beginning of her journey here on APEW, she tried to do whatever it takes to become champion. And I believe the Call of the Shock Gauntlet Eliminator match was the last straw. And since then, she was forced herself by the APEW officials to challenge herself in the Gauntlet Turmoil. And now, after winning the Gauntlet Turmoil match, she is now right here in this match. And the match has begun with all women going at each other with everything they have. It looks like Raquel is going after Becky Lynch, and Taylor goes after Scarlett. And now it's Ronda Rousey going after Kayla. Remember, folks, anything goes in a 6-women pack challenge elimination match, and Raquel are going to the cover, hook of the leg, kick out at 2 by Kayla. No countouts, no disqualification. The only way to win this match is by pinfall or submission, and Raquel covers Becky Lynch in a kick out at 1. And looks like Tamina is going after Kayla. What a headbutt by Tamina. It looks like Scarlett is outside, getting a chair, all legal. And she throws it straight to the head of Tamina. And now Ronda is going after Scarlett, and Kayla joins back in the fray. And Ronda covering for Scarlett, and Scarlett powers out. And now Raquel with a baseball barbed wire, damaging Tamina as she goes right after Ronda Rousey. Kayla reverses Scarlett. And now Raquel picks up Kayla. Beautiful fallaway slam. Exploded by Becky Lynch from Scarlett. Samoa drop on Ronda Rousey by Tamina. This is going to be a chaotic winner-takes-all match, folks. All women doing everything they can. What a beautiful slam by Tamina. Suplex by Kayla. And a chair shot to Kayla by Tamina. These women doing everything they can in their power to win all the gold. And what a move by Raquel to Tamina. And now Tamina and Kayla tag teaming against Raquel, the Women's World Champion. And Tamina catches up Kayla off guard. And now Kayla taking control against Tamina, only to be caught by Raquel. What an electric chair by Raquel as she goes right after Tamina in the corner. And what a clothesline in the back. And now Raquel with a barbed wire baseball bat punishing Tamina. And now Raquel into the cover of Tamina, hooking up the leg. And a kick out at one by Tamina. It looks like it's Tamina and Raquel inside the ring. And Raquel, beautiful maneuver by Raquel as Scarlett gets dragged into the ring. And Raquel, whoa, what a spear by Scarlett! What a spear by Scarlett, taking out Raquel with her. And a super kick to Scarlett by Tamina. The cover, hooking the leg. Kick out at two by Scarlett. And now Raquel taking out Tamina. She's going after Scarlett. And there it is. Tejana Bomb by the Women's World Champion. Cover out the Tejana Bomb. Scarlett is eliminated. And now it's Kayla's turn to getting a barbed wire baseball bat straight to the Women's World Champion. And a super kick to Raquel. And now it's Kayla punishing Raquel. Backstabber to Becky Lynch. Beautiful pulverizer by Kayla on Becky. Cover, kick on it two by Lynch. And now Kayla stalking the women's champion. The follow pile driver by Kayla. The cover at the pile driver. Becky Lynch is eliminated. And now Kayla shifting her attention to Ronda Rousey. 4 women left. Scarlett and Becky Lynch are now eliminated. And Ronda Rousey shifting her attention to Kayla. And a drop kick to Raquel by Tamina. Wait a minute. Tamina! Cross body to Kayla. Will she take on Kayla away? The cover. Kayla kicks out at one. Oh my God, what a takedown by Tamina as she takes the fight to Kayla Fowler. Beautiful Samoan drop. And now, Tamina, top rope. Does she has Kayla what she wants? And Kayla tries to get out of the way. Nobody home. Kayla showing some resiliency against Tamina, and Raquel going after Tamina. And now it's Ronda covering up for Kayla, hooking up the leg. He got it too by Kayla. And now Ronda is going after Raquel. Raquel reversing Ronda Rousey. Kayla gets out of the ring, trying to avoid the danger. And now Tamina is going after the Women's World Champion. And now Kayla is going after Ronda Rousey. And Raquel reverses Tamina inside the ring. Pile driver outside by Kayla. Wait a minute. Kayla! Pile driver to Ronda. Power bomb from Tamina by Raquel. Tamina's eliminated. And now we're at the final three. Raquel, Ronda Rousey, and Kayla Fowler. Which one of these women will walk out of here on this winner-takes-all match? And a takedown to Raquel by Ronda Rousey. As now Kayla gets back on her feet. Beautiful move by Kayla Fowler. Kayla Fowler doing everything she can to survive on this match. Wait a minute, Raquel! Oh my, what a move by Raquel! Only to be caught by Ronda Rousey. And a chair shot to the head of Ronda Rousey. And what a running knee to Raquel by Ronda Rousey. And Raquel tossing Kayla head first to the ring post. And what a maneuver by Kayla as she now tries to gain momentum against these women. And what a body toss by Raquel, only to be caught in the bulldog by Ronda Rousey. These women doing everything they can, pulling against each other to the limit. And Ronda Rousey counters the Irish whip from Kayla, and now Kayla, she's all alone in the ring. And Raquel trying to drag Ronda Rousey back into the ring, but there was a ladder in her way. And now it's Kayla going after the Women's World Champion with a super kick delivered straight to the head. And now Kayla with a barbed wire baseball bat, hitting hard on the back of Raquel. And now it's Ronda Rousey going after Kayla, and now she's dragging her back into the ring. And Raquel gets tossed by Ronda Rousey. And now Kayla, all alone in the ring, decides to go back outside to finish the job. Implant buster, down goes Ronda Rousey. And Kayla wisely drags Ronda Rousey back into the ring, and so is Raquel. And now both women are in the ring. Kayla catching up. Raquel reverses Kayla. And Ronda catches Raquel off guard. The arm bar locked in. Will she make Raquel tap out right there? And Raquel survives. Rousey covers the Women's World Champion, hooks the leg. Raquel kicks on it too. What a resiliency by the Women's World Champion. Raquel reverses Ronda. The cover by the Women's World Champ. Ronda Rousey kicks out. Raquel reverses Kayla. Following slam, down goes Kayla. Wait a minute. Razor's edge, down goes Kayla. Ronda Rousey throwing Raquel over the ropes. And now Raquel takes on Ronda Rousey. Raquel covers for Kayla, hooks the leg. Kick out at 2 by Kayla. A near fall, almost eliminated. Wait a minute, Ronda from behind Raquel. And now it's Raquel and Ronda Rousey both in the ring. Kayla grabbed the chair, all legal in this match. Oh my, what a chair to the back of Ronda Rousey. And now Kayla covers Ronda, hooking the leg out of the chair shot. Ronda kicks out at 2, showing some resiliency. And now Kayla goes after Raquel. Beautiful show of strength. The vertical suplex delivered. Oh my, what a chair shot by Ronda Rousey. Wait a minute. Sleeper hold locked in. Will she make Kayla tap out? And Kayla fights back against the baddest woman on the planet. And Kayla catches up Raquel. Vertical pile driver, down goes Ronda. The cover at the vertical pile driver by Kayla. Ronda Rousey is eliminated. 2 women left. Neckbreaker, down goes Kayla by Raquel. 2 women left. Who will walk out with all of the gold? Wait a minute, Kayla, DDT, quick thinking for the challenger. And a kick to the head, and another one. Can Kayla make history here? Kick to the gut. Tiger bomb. Can Kayla capitalize here? And there it is, the ankle lock locked in. Will she make Raquel tap out? She did it, she did it. Kayla has done it. Kayla shocks the world!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your NKLA!
She finally did it! For the first time in her career, Kayla Fowler has all the gold from the 3 women who she beat. Now Kayla Fowler, not only she's the new APEW Women's Intercontinental Champion, the new Women's World Champion, as well as the new APEW Women's Champion. Congratulations to Kayla Fowler after finally making her moment count. This is what a monumental upset. Since the call of the Shock Gauntlet match to previous matches she has put through, she has finally achieved the top of the food chain. Congratulations to Kayla Fowler, who's now holds the 3 titles around her shoulders. And with the main event done, looks like we have to wrap up today's live stream. Thank you all so kindly and so much for watching the show and for watching every single match you guys have witnessed here. This is Reckless One here and signing out. See you all at the next episode.